Okay, so we've already talked about the definite article. Here is the form of the definite article, just as a reminder. So nouns are connected to the definite article in so many ways. In Greek, the definite article must agree with the noun in case, number, and gender. Number being singular or plural. But, of course, today we're going to be talking about nouns. There are different forms or different groups of nouns. So if I have space, let me write that down here. So there are different forms of different groups of nouns. We have first declension feminine nouns. First declension feminine is one group. Okay. And then we have second declension. Second declension masculine. Second declension masculine and neuter nouns. There are, of course, more declensions, but these are the most basic, and so we're going to start with these first. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to some common nouns. The first group of nouns we're going to be looking at are the first declension feminines. Sorry, that's a bad N. Okay, so this is the first group of nouns we're going to be looking at. And one of the most common first declension feminine nouns is timer. Which means honor. Okay? So timer means honor. And it goes like so. So it's a feminine noun, of course. I'm just going to draw out the different cases. I'm just going to write out the different cases. Nominative, accusative, genitive, dative. And then for plural, nominative, accusative, dative. Okay, so here we've got singular, and here we've got plural. And of course, because it's first declension feminine, there's only going to be one gender, which is feminine. So I'll write out the stem, which is Tim. Okay, so that's the stem. And I just want to say, we've already looked at the definite article, so if you've learned the definite article, this should be a piece of cake. The endings, I think, except one or two, are identical. So let's go ahead and add on the endings. So the nominative ending is er, just eater, which corresponds to the definite article, the nominative singular feminine definite article, as you may recall. The accusative is en, which again corresponds to the definite article. The feminine accusative singular definite article, which was, as you may recall, ten. This is just n. Obviously, we don't need the tau because we've got the stem already. Genitive is es, again mimicking the definite article, and dative is er, again mimicking the definite article. And then we've got timai, timas, timon, timais, and that, I mean, it's for the plural. In fact, they all correspond to the definite article, so that should be extremely easy to learn. Okay, the second group of nouns we're going to be looking at are the masculine second declension nouns. Cut. Okay, the second group of nouns we're going to be talking about are the second declension nouns, and we'll start with masculine second declension nouns. Okay, so a common example is logos, which means, sorry, that's bad grammar. Logos, which means word, reason, or story. It has a variety of meanings. Word. In fact, it can also mean argument, and account. But yeah, for the time being, just know it means word, reason, or story. It can mean word, reason, or story. And again, I'll write out the stems and then add on the endings later. So stem is obviously going to be log. Okay, and of course we're separating out singular and plural. And now for the endings. It goes logos, logon, logu, logo with the iota subscript for the singular, and of course that mimics the definite article, except the nominative singular. This is the only one that doesn't this, because as you may recall, the masculine nominative definite article singular is ho and not hos. But apart from that, it's the same. And then the plural is identical. So it goes logoi, logus, logon, logois. Okay? And I just wanted to say, now that you know the endings of the noun, we can now combine the definite article and the noun. So if I wanted to say the word, if I wanted to say the words, and it's the subject of the sentence, that would just be hoi, that's the definite article, logoi, you see? Hoi being the definite article, and then logoi is the noun. And as you can see, these agree. So there must be agreement there. I said it at the beginning, but they have to agree in case, number, and gender. So they're both plural, they're both nominative, and they're both masculine. Okay, the next group of nouns we're going to be talking about are the second declension neuter nouns. So, neuter nouns are those that are kind of objects or things. They can't really be assigned a gender. They're inanimate objects, usually. So, our example noun is going to be dodon, which means gift. And it goes like so. Let me just write out the different cases. Nominative, accusative. Here are the different cases. So this is neuter, it's all going to be the same gender. And it goes, let me write out as usual the stem, do, singular, do. And the endings go like this: on, oo, o, own, ois. Okay, so obviously these and these are the same as the masculine second declension nouns, and they are similar to the definite article, except that instead of do-do, we have do-ron. Okay? And as I said for the definite article, neuter, nominative, and accusative nouns are always the same, have the same endings. Nominative, accusative, neuter nouns always have the same endings. And another rule which is quite handy to know is that nominative, accusative cases of neuter nouns or the definite article always end in alpha. Okay, so now we know this information, we can start to create little phrases. For example, if I were to say of the gift with the definite article, that would be tu do ru. So that's the ending. The endings agree.